Ready for some good news?
We are too.
Here's your positive difference story of the day.
All right, so if you have not heard of or seen all the videos all over social media about the Savannah Bananas, they're an exhibition baseball team. They're out of Savannah, Georgia. They do a bunch of baseball tricks, showmanship, fan participation, dance routines, between innings, during innings. They're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. Robert Cruz is known as Coach Rack from the Savannah Bananas. He jumped online recently to share about something pretty special that's happening.
Savannah Banana Players hosted our very own player-led worship night, and we were blown away by the response. We literally announced this event on a Monday. We did it last minute because we really didn't know what to expect. We didn't know if 10 people would show up or 200 people will show up. So I posted to social media on Monday, and 2 million views later, we had churches reaching out from all over the nation who were praying for us and also excited to partner with us in some way. Because we weren't sure how many people would show up, we prepared for a few hundred, just in case. We had people helping out left and right. Matt Baldridge lending his sound equipment. Wynn Johns and family donating sound equipment. My good friend from college, Mackay Key, assembled the worship team. Players, Bryson Bloomer, Noah Bridges, Andy Archer. Prepared testimonies and stories to share of just what God has been doing in their life. While myself and Wynn Johns would share a message as well. And sure enough, people drove from hours away to join us in worship. A couple hundred people showed up from all over the place. And we finished off the evening with a prayer walk where essentially we all walked together in a big group around the stadium, praying for the things that we have going on, praying for each other, bearing each other's burdens, all that good stuff. Now, here's one thing I want to be very clear about. We hesitated to even start doing these nights for a long time because we really don't want them to be about us in any way, shape, or form. This is not some meet and greet to meet the players. We would love to meet you all, but at the same time, we're here to worship the one true God. Why? Because he is worthy of our praise. We want to return to the truth of the gospel every single week that we meet. We truly believe that Jesus has the words to life abundant. And beyond this, we want to partner with local churches that are in our area to get people plugged in. These worship nights are not some church substitution. We truly believe that if you want to experience the fullness of relationship with God, it has to be done in community. You have to be connected to the rest of the body of Christ. So that's another goal of these nights, are to get people connected to local churches so they can find their own communities.
Coach Rack, bringing it. How cool is that? I mean, what they can do on the baseball field, it's pretty impressive. But what's happening off the field, that might be even cooler. That is our positive difference story of the day.
Real people, real life, the KLRC Morning Show. 90.9 KLRC.
All right, so it's Wednesday. Ross the intern here hanging out this morning. Chaplain Justin's here too. Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
We don't have Annabeth today. She's sick.
No.
So we're not going to be able to do Battle of the Interns.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's possible that she's just trying to hang on to the victory glow from last
I don't blame her, because it's not going to last too long.
Ross didn't care if she's sick or what.
I should be a little more gracious.
Yeah, we're playing anyways, even if she's not here. I'm taking her down.
It's a sweep. Yeah.
What do you mean you're sick?
But we do wish her well.
Yes.
Here's what I'd like to do. A bit almost like an extended chaplain chat. Okay. Last week we had a conversation. Ross had asked me for some dating advice, and so I've been trying to get him some good counsel from different people. I asked Matthew West from a dad's perspective.
We got a big variety of people.
Yeah, That's we're asking anybody we can. Last week we asked Dr. Rosemary from the Center for Healthy Relationships. She's a smart one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I thought, let's talk a little bit about what she said. And then I kind of want to fact check it with you, Chaplain.
What? You want me to fact check Rosemary?
I was like, she's brilliant, so I'm not worried about this. But get your take.
You know how many counseling centers she started and books? And I'm not fact checking.
So we'll see where this goes. All right. So she used an acronym, BRAVE, B-R-A-V-E.
Oh, yeah. She's talking to me about
that. When it comes to dating. You remember that, Ross?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you remember what the B stood for?
The B.
Uh-huh. It's okay if you don't.
This is not a good sign.
I remember her talking about it, but I don't remember the letters. Be yourself.
No, but it's a good one.
Okay.
You can come up with a new one. B was for bonded.
Bonded.
Okay, and if this is a Mark version, and she said it much better and more eloquently about this.
Go ahead.
But I think what she was really ultimately getting at is, in a dating relationship, you've got to pursue a healthy bond. And we can kind of, especially if you're in environments like online dating sites, speed dating events, that kind of stuff, they kind of force this like almost unhealthy bond.
Yeah,
and you either
be.
bond too quickly or in an unhealthy way. And so if you're going to have a truly healthy dating, does that sound a little accurate?
Yeah.
What say you, Chaplain Justin?
I think that's really wise. If you want to date, say, toward marriage, lifelong marriage, it would make sense that the bond would be healthy. We would want a healthy connection, right? And she might have said some of these things, but another way of cultivating that would be like the I-thou relationship, which is I am me, you are you. We are separate individuals, right? And there are boundaries, whatever those healthy boundaries are, and those might move throughout the dating relationship. But we're going to agree on those, and we're going to honor those throughout this relationship. And that'll build trust over time. That'll build, like, I can count on this person's word. I can, and those are actually the more important things for a healthy, long-term, relationship and marriage is I can count on this person to show up and to do what they said. Like, that's the real stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
Is that helpful?
Yeah, it is. I really like what you were saying. Like, it's so much more of a, you can trust me versus we're going to have an instant spark.
Connection. Yeah,
exactly.
like that attraction.
Right.
It's just like, nah.
Yeah.
That might, start some things, but really we want to cultivate a healthy connection and bond.
Yeah,
to use
like
that word.
the foundation is almost built on purely trust rather than, oh my gosh, we hit it off right away. It's like, no, I've slowly learned to trust them, and that's growing our connection and, trust and bond more than anything else has.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it.
Okay. Good stuff.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
So we're talking around the breakfast table this morning. Chaplain Justin is here. Ross the intern is here. Annabeth is out sick, so we won't be able to do Battle of the Interns. So we're doing an extended chaplain chat, and we're talking about last week, Dr. Rosemary from the JBU Center for Healthy Relationships gave some dating advice for Ross. They had this acronym, BRAVE, about dating relationships. B, we said, was bonded. R, any idea? Do you remember what R was?
Was it Ross?
Was it me?
Was it me?
Yeah, it's not a great sign for healthy relationships.
Close, but not quite.
Okay.
All right. B was bonded. R was for resilient. And, okay, this is the Mark paraphrase of what brilliant Dr. Rosemary said way better. But we were talking about conflict is part of the deal, right? Yeah. In fact, it's kind of unhealthy if there is no conflict. Also, probably a red flag if you're constantly fighting about everything.
Yep.
And so a good, healthy dating relationship, and this is true, obviously, marriage too, is it's resilient in the sense of you're learning to work through and get through to the other side of conflict. Does that feel familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. Chaplain Justin, fact checking, you believe that's true?
I do. And the thing is, healthy bonds, like we were talking about with a B, and resilience, I think, are connected. Research shows that if you're able to go through, say, a rupture in the relationship, even if you did something wrong, maybe you both did, if you're able to repair it, your bond can actually be stronger and is stronger. Relationship satisfaction can be stronger on the heels of healthy conflict being repaired. So it can actually be part of that healthy bond being strengthened, which is kind of cool. I also think that our conflicts and how we deal with them in, say, marriage or dating and kind of exploring what this relationship might look like, is it's going to be the playground. Everyone thinks like conflict's the big thing. No. That'll be the playground, the training area for when the big life events happen. 10 years, 15 years, 25 years down the road. It will build, those little resiliencies will be built toward this. Now you're really facing something big, overwhelming together. But we've built this kind of, again, trust, this track record of being able to walk through difficult things and to repair and actually to grow closer through them. So when the big things hit 15 years into marriage, you know that next step of resilience.
Mm-hmm. So, like, this is something I've heard and something I've been thinking about a lot, and I want to get your thoughts on it.
Sure.
3 words: conflict without abandonment. Mm-hmm. So, like, just being able to have this healthy conversation, even if you disagree. And basically what I'm hearing from you is, like, you have those healthy disagreements and you just reassure one another that there's not going to be that abandonment. Mm-hmm. And then when you get to these bigger things down the road, you can really count on that person to be there for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have clear kind of history of that. Like we've seen it and we've walked through it together. But yeah, you can have conflict and stay connected and actually build your bond, and those being the training wheels, honestly, for the big things to come.
Okay, good stuff.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC, the positive difference.
We're having a little extended chaplain chat. Chaplain Justin, of course, is here. Ross, the intern, here this morning. No Annabeth because she's out sick today. So next week we'll resume the battle of the interns.
Yes.
Instead, we're talking about the advice Dr. Rosemary from the JBU Center for Healthy Relationships gave Ross. When I asked her about some dating advice for Ross, she had this great acronym, BRAVE, B-R-A-V-E. So we've talked about B was bonded, the importance of that. Talked about resiliency, how you work through conflict.
Yep.
A, any ideas at all, Ross? I mean, I know this was...
He's 0 for 2 so far.
Listen, I remember everything she said, and it was all great. Not great with the acronyms.
That's fair. I get it.
Yeah.
You've done well with the concepts.
Is what A is.
A is great advice.
A great advice.
Oh, A great advice.
Nothing about that is right. Grammatically,
appreciate the effort. So A was authentic.
Yes.
That's right. I remember.
What do you think that meant in dating relationships?
Just be yourself. Like, more or less be yourself. Don't try to put on a show and act like you're somebody you're not.
And I remember you had a great question about, like, what kind of that whole in dating somebody, you want them to, like, hey, don't just come and do something with me just because. Like, I want to know the real.
I want to know what you want to do.
You want to do this, you want to do that. So what does authenticity really look like in relationships? What have you learned, Chaplain Justin, working with people?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That I'll kind of come from, like, the vulnerability perspective, okay? Especially in dating, you might not be fully transparent about
somebody might be trying to put on their best foot.
All the ins and outs, and here's all my family's issues, and they just put all your stuff. It's like there can be, in this authenticity, you can tell the truth and not bear everything out because you're building trust, right? So can I trust this person with something that's vulnerable, something I'm nervous about is a level of vulnerability, and you're being authentic about that. But say you have something really difficult in your past, something that happened, say, in a parent's divorce, and it was really hard, or things like, maybe you're not going that level on the first date, So there's a spectrum here. You can be who you truly are. And there can be, like, a spectrum to that, from, like, I'm feeling nervous right now, or about this exam, or whatever the things are, to, man, this was a turning point in my story that was really difficult. In fact, I'm still in process over it. I'm in counseling for this. You might not divulge that, but you can still be true to yourself, still be authentic without having to kind of lay out everything you can think of, good, bad, and ugly about yourself, So be authentic, be genuine, but also pace yourself, build trust and make sure this person
boundaries are actually a good thing in a right way. Okay. So Chaplain Justin actually, I think, just gave you a little cheat sheet for the V, because he actually just used the word. He kind of actually gave you twofer in this.
Oh yeah, is it vulnerability?
Yes.
Oh man, I keep on connecting all these.
I think you're right, because I think they really. I mean, they're all in some ways interconnected. You were talking about bonding and how authenticity and vulnerability obviously can help pace our bonding. Even resiliency. I mean, there's a level of like, okay, how do we like work through just the real stuff that comes up into life? So, okay. So we got bonded, we got resilient, we got authentic, and we got the bonus one with vulnerability.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
So it's Mark and friends. Chaplain Justin is here. We've been doing a little extended chaplain chat, getting some more dating advice for Ross, the intern, who's here this morning. So let's talk about the letter E. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
Is this Sesame Street? What is this?
Justin, this is serious.
It's serious business.
So good dating advice. I love this from the Center for Healthy Relationships, Dr. Rosemary and the crew here at JBU. And brave, B-R-A-V-E, bonded, resilient, authentic, vulnerable. The last one is your chance, Ross. Final one.
Yeah.
E.
0 for 4, right?
Any idea do you remember what the E was? By the way, full disclosure, I had to look them all up. So,
that makes me
I thought
feel
it was
a little
really
better.
good. I just hadn't memorized it.
Well, with it being the last one, I have to say everything. Just be everything. I have no idea.
Feels authentic and vulnerable. All right. E was empathy.
Oh, that's actually way better than everything.
And I don't know, honestly, if most people, if you were to ask them, like, hey, what's a really great ingredient to a healthy dating relationship? Or even, what's one of those characteristics I should be, like, really looking for in somebody I want to pursue? I'm thinking back to, like, teenager, early 20s Mark. I don't know that I would have said empathy.
No. Definitely not.
Thank you for confirming it to that. But I think she nailed it. Man, when we can learn to be that, and I'm still definitely in process in that, it's a game changer in relationships.
Yeah, I think it might help to kind of look at the building blocks of empathy. A lot of times people talk about the importance of empathy, but not what it is. And it's pretty simple in some ways. It might take some practice, but say someone in a dating relationship is vulnerable with you about part of their story, right? And you're going to show up authentically as yourself. I'm going to work through that. Even if you disagree on something, you're going to be resilient. You're going to, work through the conflict, and that will create a healthier and healthier and healthier bond. But empathy will be the bridge to get there. And so you hear the content of what they say and the feelings that they say it with, and you reflect back the content that they said and the feelings with which they said it. And if they affirm it, and usually if they affirm it, it's a big deep breath and their shoulders relax. That's empathy.
That's the signature of it. Yeah.
And so it's like, it can feel mysterious, but what it's not is like, well, at least this didn't happen. Well, you know what you should do,
Right.
It's going to be actually reflecting back what they said and how they felt as they said it in a way that they recognize and affirm. And bonus points if it's insightful, like they couldn't have said it better, or they didn't even realize the depth of their feeling.
Yeah.
So maybe they talked about feeling stressed, but you're like, you're stressed about getting in front of everyone and maybe felt embarrassed. She's like, I did feel embarrassed. Right? So now we're at empathy.
Connect the dots into that. And I remember, Ross, you were super honest to share this, and I appreciated it because it's not unique to you. And especially, I think us guys, maybe stereotypically more, do that. But you were talking about, like, I'm a fixer. If I'm not careful, I want to fix it.
Right.
And that flies in the face of empathy.
Yeah, it does.
So many times, right? If we're not careful.
Yeah, we could hear something and we want to help. We don't want someone to feel bad. We want to make it better. But empathy is like, I'm going to feel bad with you for a bit. And out of that place, you know what often happens? the person that we're listening to, that we're conveying empathy to, has some insight. They come up with their own stuff, their next step that they want to do. You know, as a counselor, I've experienced that all the time. We're just reflecting things back to someone as they're processing and feeling that empathy, and they come up with their own solutions and things to do. Yeah,
actually makes a lot of sense, because it's like when you don't talk to somebody about something that's going on in your life or in your head, it can build up and look bigger or different than it actually is. And then when you're able to share that, it kind of becomes more realistic, and it's like, I just expressed this verbally and now this makes sense in my head. And then you can kind of come up with the more practical solution by yourself. And all you had to do was just share that and have somebody like relate to that. So that actually makes a lot of sense.
And then the other thing that, if I'm honest, rarely happens in marriage, is on the heels of empathy, they might ask you, what do you think about this situation?
Yes.
Usually empathy is full stop, you know. But sometimes you do collaborate on something, but not at the expense of not paying attention to those important feelings and emotions, where they're coming from.
Good stuff. That was my phone alarm. I guess we're done.
We're done.
All right. Hey, really good extended chaplain chat today. That's some really good stuff, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
shout out again to Dr. Rosemary and the crew.
Yeah, wonderful.
This for Center for Healthy Relationships. That was some really good stuff.
Seriously, that was amazing.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Happy birthday!
This is just so exciting.
Let's keep this party going!
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey, happy birthday!
All right. You know what else isn't very long today? The list. Just one name to celebrate from the KLRC family on the Marketplace Grill Birthday Bash list for Wednesday, July 16th. It's your day, Ryder. Happy birthday wishes to Ryder Hankins, turning double digits today, 10 years old, in Westville, Oklahoma. That means you're the one. We're going to send you a gift certificate. Don't even have to use the randomizer. Watch the mail. We've got a gift certificate for you to celebrate with our friends at the Marketplace Grill.